So the WNBA playoffs are back, and we'll be discussing last night's game between the Mystics and the Storm. But first, I really want to talk about the WNBA playoffs as a whole. If you're watching football, you're only watching preseason right now. There's not much to be watching. If you're a basketball fan, you like watching the NBA, you're only watching Rico Hines and Drew League. That's the only basketball you're really digesting. So the WNBA playoffs serves as a great little sport that you can kind of really dig into and dip into during this time, during this period when the major American sports aren't going too crazy. So the WNBA playoffs, let's just start off with the three things that I love about the WNBA. Starting off at number one, I absolutely love the player interviews each quarter, and I can't stress this enough. It's really cool seeing the superstars in the WNBA, in particular last night, Breanna Stewart, how between the third and fourth quarter, she's doing a one-on-one interview at the sideline, and she's really humble. She's making sure that she's really giving good insight and an inside look into not only the huddle, but the game plan and also the atmosphere in the arena. I think that's great for the WNBA, kind of letting that intensity seep through that screen into the viewer's living room and letting them kind of get an inside look and feel more connected to the team that they're rooting for. That's awesome. And I doubt the NBA is going to do that. Like, imagine LeBron James in a 1 point, 2 point game going into the fourth quarter, just talking about what the team needs to do. I can't really imagine seeing that. So that's number one. Number two, the refs do an excellent job. Do an excellent job. They control the pace of the play. They make sure nothing gets too out of hand. You rarely see techs or fights break out in WNBA, and I think part of that credit should go to the refs. They excuse me, I'm talking fast. They kind of make it a point to make sure they have control of that game and making sure that they play within that. A play to kind of highlight exactly what I'm talking about is Breanna Stewart loves to do that Chris Paul, KD, bait you to get your hand in the cookie jar, and then the second it's there, rise up quick, pull up fast, and have their easy two foul shots, and then maybe they get an and one off the mid-range pull up. So Brianna tried to do that, the kind of, baiting, the foul baiting, the all that type of stuff. And the first time she did it, the ref said, I'm not calling it. Nope. The second time she did it in the third quarter, the ref said, nope, not happening. Happened again in the fourth quarter. She got the ball in the same exact spot, but what did she do this time? Instead of trying to go in for the foul bait and draw the foul, she waited, dribbled, double team came, made a great pass to Tina Charles, who went up for the and one layup in a crucial part of the game. I think that's why Stewie's such a great player too, because she's not complaining and she's not jeopardizing her team's total defense on the other side of the court by not getting back in transition D. Instead, she's saying, you know what? You didn't call it. I'm going to get back on defense. I'm going to help on this side of the court. And when I get the ball in the same spot, I'm going to make sure that I adjust my play to how the game's being called. Seattle took that game. Really, really interesting to see that. And then number three kind of goes off number two. A lot less complaining in the WNBA than I see in the NBA. We're seeing in the WNBA, Kelsey Plum's fiery. We got Natasha Cloud's fiery. Breanna Stewart. You have all these players. Kalea Copper, excuse me. They're all fiery, but they're making sure that when they're talking, they're sprinting back on defense and they're making sure they don't jeopardize their team's D on the other side of the ball. Absolutely love those three things about the WNBA. Cannot wait for game two between not only the Storm and the Mystics, but also game two between the Chicago Sky and the New York Liberty. New York will actually be hosting the Sky in an elimination game if they can do it and upset them. We'll see. Can't wait for those games tomorrow. Pick of the days coming in later. Make sure to follow us to get more WNBA content. I love the WNBA playoffs. I can't get enough of it. Let's go.